So, last we left off, you guys had a fun time going down into the sewers, following a nice heart to heart between Lish and Irin in the beginnings of the community garden set up by the temple in the rookery. Um, you guys headed down into the sewers with your new BFF Esmeralda, the lovely halfling were-raven from that seems to be from the same tribe that Tobias's father figure originated from. And with her help, you guys were able to defeat the being known as a Bahthrek, but none of you speak Infernal or Abyssal. I mean, so his dying words were not understood by any of you. What a shame.
How tragic.
Esmeralda, following the defeat of the demon, actually headed back the way you guys came to presumably return to her home. You guys made plans to meet up once you helped clear her name with the captain of the guards. I'm actually going to remove her token there because she left. And while all of this was going on, Demir collected the bones of Bahthrek for proof, along with a golden pocket watch. And that's where we find guys now. Still in the sewers.
Last I checked, we were aiming to exit the sewer so we can wash out all the sewer stink before we go report our victory to the guards. Because they should probably know that the murder mystery is solved, huh?
Nah.
Otherwise, Esmeralda's going to be stuck in the city for another month, probably.
Yeah.
Well, there's also the matter of the prize money that I am certainly interested in.
Prize money, reward, either way.
Yeah, let's get out of here. This is horrible and I hate it.
I agree.
Not object to leaving.
So last time, Lish had sent his surviving dire wolf up a couple of the paths. He briefly went on this one. Noticed this one had some brambles, and this one seems to have a fork in it that seems less gross than the other ones. Or there's lots of options for how you want to leave the sewer.
Is
I
it
have
the
a-
less
You could go
gross
back-
way?
You could go back the way you went, but too, knowing what lies there.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
Why are Irin and Hawk primed to explode on roll 20?
I think you guys were on fire or something.
I mean, Hawk
So
never
we put
actually
that out.
Hawk never
I don't
actually
know.
entered the burn
Oh,
range
was it-
until after the fight.
It's been a
Was it,
while, so let's see.
Torches?
Oh yeah, that's right. It was
yeah.
torches.
Good memory.
Thank you, Devin. I was like, oh god, why is there a bomb icon on my character? Oh shit, oh god.
Yes, thank you for the reminder. It's dark
Has-
down here, guys.
Has my warranty expired?
God
Oh
damn
no.
it. Hi, we're here to talk to you about your Hawk's extended warranty.
I haven't gotten service in negative something years.
If you or a loved one have been diagnosed with.
If you or a loved one have been diagnosed with critical warforged disease, please report to your nearest scrapyard.
Oh no.
Demir is going to get on the surviving wolf.
Yes.
Because she is not walking through the sewage anymore.
Okay.
My vote is the less gross way up. Will you stop screaming?
All right.
Screaming is non-optional.
You could probably take the route between the trash pile and the bramble vines. It's nice and wide. There's a walkway.
The
Is
one
that
with
the less
the
gross option?
This one over here.
Oh. Yeah, that does look like we might be able to avoid the most sewage.
Seems fine to me. There's a path. There's plenty of room to move around in case we need to. Though I doubt anything else would be lurking in these sewers aside from, well, rats.
Yep, hopefully I scared them all off.
Precisely.
Alright, well, let's get going.
So are you guys heading up this way or this way?
Second
one
way,
was-
I think the second
Which one was
yeah.
the less gross one? Because Demir is going
This
that
way.
way.
You're gonna wade through
This
all that
way?
sewage? Get to that
Demir is
spot.
going up this way. You guys can go up whatever way you want. I am not going through sewage.
You
We
have
should
to go
definitely
through
probably
sewage
go
to
up
get
the-
to that spot, though.
We should probably definitely avoid, or we should go the path that the one Demir's taking, where it has the less, probably less sewage. So that way we don't risk falling and potentially getting sucked into the hole.
Well, the thing is,
That would be
the path that
unpleasant.
the other path has like a walkway all the way up it.
That
Like,
might not
you can go up
last.
that area without maybe, but he's to say that that one won't last either. Because you do actually have to wade through sewage to get to it in the first place.
What's
At
the
this point, we're already fucking covered in sewage. Let's just go.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
We should probably just all agree and go together instead of splitting up, because
Oh,
that's a bad
God.
idea.
We should not split up in the
You can split the
sewers.
party if you want.
Now that DM said it, we're definitely not doing it.
So what's the plan, guys?
Less gross path.
Less
Yeah,
gross path?
let's take Demir's zone.
Yeah.
Okay. Aaron, you zoomed over there first. What's your?
Yay.
I'm gonna have you roll a quick perception check.
Uh-oh.
I can do that.
Hawk, where are you going? Okay.
That's
Going all
how much
over
do I
the
get
place.
perception?
Yeah, I think that was just a consequence of me using middle mouse click to scroll around the map.
That's 16.
16. Okay. So as you start to approach the corner here, you have a small heart attack when you see that there's something kind of large looming in the doorway. But like after that, like fight, flight, or freeze response occurs, you look a little closer and realize that someone's made an ogre out of hay, likely as a deterrent of some sort.
All right.
So it's not real.
Hey, what's up?
Just for the record, ogre's like a scarecrow. Big guy's a scarecrow or something.
It's just sitting there being made of hay, not moving.
Nice. So don't be freaked out when you
Alright.
see him.
Wait, a scarecrow?
Yeah, like
There's no crows down here.
scared, I don't know, rat, demon, something? Either
Yeah.
way, someone's
Ogre.
just
I mean, if
someone's
that's a
just,
scare ogre, then a scarecrow should be called a scare man. So,
Eh.
Scare man.
Scare
It is
Man,
I, Scare Man.
the hero we didn't want nor need.
Mood.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Oh, nah. Can.
Speak,
Well, I
please.
was gonna say that most likely, like, is Lish still in wolf form?
Yes, he is.
Oh, okay, never mind. I was gonna say he goes minxy, but I think that he's fine staying as a wolf.
All right.
So
Getting his paws wet.
yeah.
Just something up here that he's supposed to be protecting. Anyway, should be fine.
Yeah, you can get by it if you want with no problem whatsoever.
Can, like, as we're passing the scarecrow, how like fresh does it look?
Roll a what check would this be? You can. How about investigation?
Right. Do I trust my dice?
I don't know. Do you?
Okay, that's not bad. That's a 19.
It looks like it's been there for a little while. It's kind of gross and starting to mold in some places, but
Okay. Well,
so as you push past the hay ogre, you find what seems to be some sort of little hideout thing. There is a sewer grate on the far wall, but it looks like it's so crammed with garbage that nothing's getting in or out of it. Thus, this area is much cleaner than the rest of it. You also see a dead body. He's a human man dressed in rags, and next to him, there's a bag, a broken barrel, a whole barrel, and then some trash and residue.
Does he
Does
look
the-
burned? Or does he look like he died of
Roll a
something
medicine
else?
check.
Heck yeah. Ooh. That's gonna be an 19.
19. So you head over to the body and lean over, holding your torch out of the way, and you start kind of investigating. And there are no burn marks on this guy at all. Instead, there's a certain pallor to his cheeks. And his eyes are open and kind of glazed over. You get the impression that this guy overdosed on something.
Ooh. Oh, that's interesting.
I'm gonna kind of like poke around his stuff. I mean, like, he's dead, so it's not like he's using
Okay.
it.
Roll an investigation check.
All right. Not as good. That's a 12.
Okay. So are you looking more at the body itself or at his bag there in the trash?
I'm looking at
the
his
barrels.
bag.
Okay.
I'm like just kind of poking it with a stick. I'm not really getting up in there.
So
I assume it's dirty.
yeah, it's not the nicest. This guy's a drug addict that overdosed in the sewer.
Yeah.
But in his bag, you find 4 vials of what seems to be sort of like a silvery liquid. It looks kind of like water, but there's an opalescence to it in a way.
Okay.
I think
Is that it?
Yeah, he did not. There are a few empty vials, quite a few actually, but
I'm gonna
beyond
pocket those. I'm gonna pocket those.
Okay.
Careful
Get me
with
some
that.
vials of drug.
4
Careful with
vials of
that, I
drug.
think-
You do not know what kind of drug it is, but it is certainly a drug.
Cool.
Kieran has a thing to say.
What else do you need to know? It's drugs.
I mean, truly, there's only one way to find out.
Careful with
I
that.
mean, there are
I
lots
think
of ways to find out. But not to tell you how to live your life or anything.
We can either do this the fun way or like any of the many reasonable ways.
B does have identify now.
Well, we
We
have
do
a whole
also
bunch
have-
of stuff for her
we-
to identify.
We do also have
Yeah.
the identify pyramid of power, so
Once
Mm.
B identifies that, then we will
True.
have.
Drug.
Yeah. Is there any?
Careful with that.
any-
I think
Kieran's been trying to say something for a while now.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
careful with that. I think he had an adverse reaction to something he was taking. It's why he's dead.
I mean, fair enough. Yeah. Is there anything else worth poking around, or?
Well, there's the pile of trash that's right here. Otherwise, there's a barrel.
I want to poke the barrel.
Okay. Roll an investigation check. Or actually, you know what? Strength check to try and pry the barrel open.
Ooh, okay. That
It's okay,
is-
Demir. You've won an arm wrestling contest. You could pry open a barrel
Yeah.
with your bare hands.
Yeah. Ooh, that is
Hands.
dirty 20.
Okay.
Mm.
So the barrel currently is on its side, but you're able to heave and lift it up. And I assume you have a dagger in your inventory.
Mm-hmm.
You take your dagger and jam it into the lid of the barrel and push, and you're able to pop it open. Inside, there is rotten cabbage, which is probably contributing to the smell that's permeating this room. In addition to this grossness that's going on here, you get the impression that this guy, whoever he was, had gotten his drugs and gotten some food and fled down into sewers and hung out here, and he was intending to stay for a little while, and he was concerned about other people getting his drugs, so he created this false ogre.
Okay. Well,
But you now
Sounds
have
like
4
this is-
drugs.
I guess it's. I have four drug.
And some rotten cabbage
Demir's
if you
just-
want.
Demir's just gonna look at Hawk and be like, "Okay, your path. Let's go."
I'm so happy you guys ended up going down that path. I'm like, oh, are they gonna miss out on the special stuff I
Drug.
set up over here?
Yes.
But anyway. So you were going to go down this path, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys move yourselves over.
I am back. I was called away because I was reminded that I have a waffle, and then asked to do recycling real quick. But I'm back now.
Welcome.
Enough. Welcome.
Such a warm welcome. I feel so welcomed.
We've decided to take your path.
I mean, that's a dead end, so I would assume so, yes.
So the sewage does get thicker over here.
Rat.
Well,
It's
might
a
as well give
sewer
them-
of a city. I don't know what you're expecting. Okay, so
I'll give it a
you're in.
look.
So you you're taking lead here. You're gonna walk into all the traps.
Yeah, I just love going first.
I mean, hey, Aaron's a tough boy with lots of HP, and
Aaron
so
lost
tough he
like
doesn't need armor. So I think he'll be fine.
Aaron lost like 8 HP in the last fight. He's doing fine.
Okay. So as
Hale and
you
hearty.
sort of slosh into the sewage here,
With the barbarian Hale and hearty.
it's nasty as you'd expect, but you feel something move underneath it, and something cold and clammy grasps your ankle. It seems to be a hand, and it's digging into your flesh. And you take a whopping 7 piercing damage from this.
All of it. 7 is a big number.
Do you try to pull yourself free?
Yeah.
Roll a strength
Oh,
check.
something's grabbing me.
Okay, maybe this wasn't the best path after all.
And you
Can I?
remember that from this space, this is where opposite where those other dead bodies were. There's probably more under here.
That's a 19.
Yeah, you're able to pull yourself free pretty quickly, and you're able to kind of scamper over this way, like
Can I try to Eldritch Blast whatever's in the water?
Well, this is less of a thing you can fight and more of a trap. So,
Oh.
Well, I mean, the best way to disable something is to just fucking break it, so...
I mean, that is true.
If with lack of thieves to our best option is excessive force.
So I will allow you to try to Eldritch Blast.
All right. That is a oh my god. Today is the day of adding 4s together, and I really am. 22 to hit.
It now what remind me, what does your Eldritch Blast look like?
It looks like a beam of ice, like Elsa's little.
So, as you shoot your Eldritch Blast into the sewage, there's as some of the sewage freezes.
All right, I don't know how long that'll last. Let's go.
All right, are you going to continue in your current marching order? Okay.
Yeah.
So Tobias, you moved first. You also the last undead that's there. You also take 7 piercing damage as cold, clammy hand grasps your ankle from beneath the sewage.
Toby's down again.
Oh my god.
Toby!
Toby! No!
Oh god!
So basically the creature like reaches out as like Tobias is walking past, making sure to avoid the one that's near Aaron and stuff or another. Like try to be careful, hobbling along. Fucking one of them just reaches out, grabs by the ankle, yanks him down, he hits his head on the fucking ground. Knocks his ass out.
I was gonna say like sharp fingernails just cause him to bleed out somehow, but that's even better.
So, does anyone try to help Tobias out of the sewage?
Yeah,
yes,
I'm
I am
gonna
trying to
run
help
over.
Tobias out of the
Absolutely, but they
sewage.
have it, so
Whoever's
You can get an
helming
assist
the
on
strength
that.
check can roll with advantage.
Okay.
And everyone else is
All
good
right.
for through.
even hawk or you
Yeah.
want me
That
to-
is a
okay.
19.
You are able. Excuse me. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze, but I can't.
Ugh, hate that.
You are able to pull Tobias free, and He will cast Healing Word on him, giving him 2 hit points. Congrats.
Toby!
But you're back up now with 2 hit points.
Toby looks pale, shaking like a leaf, eyes wide, kind of confused about everything. It's just like,
No.
Do you want to ride the wolf?
please.
Demir is going to give him the free dire wolf and get on top of Lish.
Okay. So
Toby.
you're now riding on top of Lish. Toby, you're on the extra puppo. So you find yourself at this intersection once again. Further down is the way that you guys took in order to get to Bathrek's hideout. But otherwise, you know that the way you guys came from, you would be able to escape the sewers that way. Or you could explore some more.
Do we want to
leave.
spend even more
I said
time
we just
down
get
here?
the fuck
or-
out of here.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Aaron is running.
Okay.
Don't run, Aaron!
Yeah, luckily you remember that the slippery points are elsewhere.
Yeah.
So
Those are down.
Ian, are you going up this way, or are you going up the way you came? This is where you guys started out.
Yeah, heading through there. Just didn't want to move over a patch of sewage unattended.
Okay,
Now, this entire area is safe, I believe. Like, we went through this area.
as far as you know.
Well, the fact that I moved as far as I did without triggering a trap does make me think that we're good to go. So,
And then there are
That's
the 2 bodies
encouraging.
down here still.
we should
Kind
probably
of tempted
just
to
like.
look at the bodies, but no.
You already
I'm
looked at the bodies. They're not really doing much. They're bodies.
Yep, getting out of here.
Okay.
Shipping
So
up, boys.
are you stealthily climbing out of the sewer, or are you just like, well, I'm out of here, covered in sewage?
Since Hawk got there first, he's gonna check what's up there before he tries to pry the vent open.
Roll perception check.
Sure will. Let me. I don't trust roll 20 after last session, so I'm gonna grab a die real quick. Actually, you know what? I've got Charade's die on my desk. I'll just use that.
All right.
Jumbo boy. Are you kidding me? Charade, I trusted you. Why did you give me a 1?
Okay. Was
Okay,
that
that's
a natural
4 total,
one?
but nat 1, 4 total.
So as you're climbing up out of the sewer, you still have your torch, but you're kind of like trying to climb with the torch and it's not working out, and you end up dropping it into the sewage below. It almost hits Demir, but misses, thankfully.
Sorry.
And it is now dark. You cannot see.
It's dark out, so I can't see out there very well. Does anyone wants to give it a... Okay.
I'm gonna try and climb past.
Hawk hops off
Hawk.
before Demir starts climbing off to the side.
Demir also has the dark vision goggles.
This
Yep,
is true.
that's why I'm looking.
Okay. So you abandon Lish. And you climb up the ladder, roll a perception check.
You abandon Lish. Demir mentally fucking finally.
Fucking finally. Oh my god! I have rolled nothing but a 14 so far, guys. But total of 18.
Okay. It is nighttime. It's nighttime. You look around. There aren't too many people out and about. There are maybe a couple of guards out there.
I'm going to wait until the guards pass. I assume that they're en route.
They seem to be on route as you're watching them.
Yeah, I'm going to wait until the guards pass and then get out of the sewer.
Okay. Do you tell the others in any way that it's clear,
just
or do
go
you
hold
just
up.
let them figure it out for themselves?
I'm going to hold up a hand, like, wait, and then I'm going to go.
Okay. What the rest of you do?
Well, I'm going to exit after Demir if no one else goes after her immediately.
Are you guys moving stealthily?
Now, I'll try to move stealthily. I don't know about everyone
Roll
else.
stealth.
All right,
Yeah, I
let me
think
get a
stealth is a
different
good
die that won't
idea.
betray me. Charade.
Nice try. Good luck.
You know, I said that all I had rolled were 14s. The next roll I got was a 4.
It's the day of 4, like you said.
You know, despite Tobias
It is
getting
the
his
day of 4.
despite Tobias hitting his skull on the fucking floor after getting his feet ripped out from under him, he got a 15 on stealth.
17 on Hawk's part. Funnily
7.
enough, this set that came with the D&D starter set has actually been really lucky for me. I think I'll start using it more.
So, Demir, what's your total?
7.
7 on Demir, okay.
You are so lucky that the guards rolled poorly for their perception. They rolled a 7 too. So
Nice.
the bars just squeak.
the bars,
Some guard over there,
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna be
"Dude,
like,
say excuse me."
yeah, pretty much.
yeah, I was gonna like, if Hawk was able to actually percept, I would have rolled stealth to open up the grate, like, quietly, because he's got a +6 on it, but
I was in front of the gate. It's fine.
yeah.
So you guys are able to exit. Not quite as quiet as you would have hoped, but you're able to somehow manage to be unnoticed. And you are now out in the street. It is nighttime, and you are covered in sewage.
We should hurry back somewhere safe. Somewhere where we won't be seen on my part.
Let's get back to the hotel. I need to
Do
get
we?
bath.
The thing is, like, do we want to show up to the hotel
Covered in sewage?
covered in
Will they let
sewage?
us in covered in
Levy
sewage?
starts cleaning herself up a little bit via prestidigitation.
Hawk actually started doing the same, just externally.
Mm-hmm. Like
The internal.
it's a cantrip, so it's only doing like a little bit, but it's making it so that she won't be shouted at when walking into the tavern.
Yeah, Hawk's gonna do the same thing, catching on B's idea. It's actually gonna Levy, my bad. I heard an E sound, so it's like yeah.
Would potentially, if we, because the church is still partially in the rookery, if we head to the church first, borrow some water to just, get some drenched stuff off.
Oh, I don't think they're gonna run it back after we use it.
Roll me an intelligence check, Tobias.
Okay, come on, Tobias. You're a
smart boy.
cookie.
Let's go.
We believe.
An 11.
11. Okay. I mean, that's enough. You kind of glance up at the moons and the stars in the sky, and you're thinking like, oh hey, those people who live in the rookery were getting water from the fountain in the middle. We could probably do this. We're in a shifty area of town, and it is nighttime. Temple's probably closed by now.
Damn. Well, swallow our pride, head to the hotel.
Levy,
Yeah.
as you guys head back, I assume you're heading back to the Lantern Light instead of any of the other ones.
Yeah, the
Like-
one we bought
Yeah,
rooms
the
from.
one we
Yeah.
have rooms in.
Levy helps kind of clean you guys up cosmetically. You're not as gross, but you're still kind of gonna want a bath. but again, it's enough you won't be shouted at.
Hawk's gonna do the same because he also has prestidigitation. Fun fact. Arcane Archer just gets that or Druidcraft. It's kind of neat.
Oh, that is neat.
Yep, so we're gonna get a little cleaned up magically, and then we are going to sit in a bath.
Actually get clean, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Thank you, Evie. Thank you, Hawk.
at this point in the evening, as established previously, the Lantern Light is more of a after dinner drinks rather than stay up and get hammered sort of place. So you see Sudrayal, Delight, and Audrey, ODRI, probably mentioned them before, the servers kind of helping clean up. You also see the barkeep Drask kind of wiping down the counter. Sudrayal waves at Lish cheerfully as you guys come in.
Hawk just like beelines for his room.
Yeah, same. Damir's not even looking up. She's just headed towards the room.
There
We
are
all
not,
probably just look fucking tired and worn down.
yeah, there are
covered in-
not baths in the rooms.
God.
That's something you'd have to ask for.
Well, we can at least get like into travel clothes instead of adventuring gear so that we can clean it off. And then like while decently dressed go, hey, do we have buckets of water, maybe some soap?
Damir is going to poke her head. Like, she's going to look in her room, see that there is no bath, immediately turn around and poke her head down and be like, bath.
Are you pulling an opal and just yelling food or
Yes. I'm not yelling. I'm poking my head down like, bath.
Idrask is the one who looks up, and he says, 1 silver piece cold, gold piece for hot.
I am going to toss him a gold piece.
He nods and starts to head to the back.
You know what the funny thing is? Demir could have paid 1 silver and asked Levy or Hawk to warm it up.
I don't know that
You know
Evie is
what?
present enough.
She's not thinking that much.
Yeah.
She's not thinking. It's fine.
That's fair. Prestidigitation has so many effects that it's okay to not even remember them all.
So once the water is warmed up, do you wait downstairs or wait in your room?
I'm waiting in my room. I am
Okay. So the
sewage closed off.
So the non-binary human server comes and knocks on your door once the water's ready and leads you to a the sort of home bath styles in Japan where there are sort of the tile
never mind,
areas
I've
and you
seen
can
it.
lift the wooden lid off of it, and you have to fill it up. It's sort of like that situation. There are a few of them, and you're the only one in there at the moment since no one else said they wanted a path to the servers.
I mean, it's Demir
I was
time.
gonna
I'm sure they'll ask.
say, yeah, I was gonna say after Demir takes her bath and stuff, Tobias will give him a gold piece for his.
The water is warm and steaming slightly. It's not the fanciest bath you've ever had, but it feels wonderful after traipsing around in the sewer.
Yeah, that's all I need it to be. So Demir is just going to take herself a bath and try and forget the smell of the sewer as best as she can.
Okay. As for the rest of you, if you guys wish to take a bath, again, it is a gold piece and a silver piece. Gold piece for warm, silver piece for cold.
As people are doing this, Hawk is going to
He's
ask
gonna
for
flip that
clothes so
over.
that he can be on washing machine duty.
Yeah, and he'll just
Sick.
give Hawk all of his clothes.
So Aaron's getting naked. Anyone else?
I mean, I'm sure. I mean, do you have like another set of clothes, Aaron, just like in your bag or anything?
That's a good question.
Most adventure
No.
packs come with this. Okay, I guess you were just wearing.
You're
Oh
in
shit,
your room.
Tobias.
It's fine. No one cares.
Yeah. Hawk can probably just do like Aaron's real quick because like it's a cubic. Prestidigitation cleans a cubic foot of material, so you could probably just like wad it up in the ball and
Ball it all up.
yeah, and just like toss
Nice.
it back to him. Like you probably don't want to walk through the halls naked.
You don't?
Yeah.
That's a
I
fair
don't.
point.
Are you
That's
kidding?
probably very similar to what Tobias will have to do as well, because Tobias also doesn't have another set of clothes.
Well, there you go.
So they basically wait in the room, and then once their clothes are clean and stuff, then they'll go to the baths when
It
it's their
shouldn't
turns.
take long. There's not an actual like time reference given for that effect, but the casting time is one action, so it probably takes like 6 seconds.
Yeah, it's pretty quick to clean up.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry. My cat just
I heard
Like, he
him. I heard like
literally,
a
like-
slight digitized warble in the background, and I was like,
he like
"Oh,
literally ran out upstairs and started wailing. I am so
He's not-
tired.
He has got things to say. You are stifling his freedom of speech.
help! Help! I'm being oppressed."
Unfortunately, I didn't steal the robe from Lord Fuckface. So I guess I have my fancy dress to change into.
Okay. Do you want to describe what this fancy dress looks like?
Yes,
Yeah.
please do.
So it's like I think I posted a picture before. It's like this like blue silver material that is like partially sheer and like kind of poofy and is just like the fanciest fucking thing that you can imagine. Let me see if I can find the picture again. But yeah, it looks like a dress fit for a queen. It's fucking extravagant.
All right.
Nice.
So once peeps are bathed and have had a chance to get changed, you pass through the floor of the tavern where you see a dwarf woman with strawberry blonde hair kind of pulled back into a ponytail, and her beard is similar in shade but maybe with a little more red to it. She's just kind of chatting with Idrask.
Yes.
She doesn't seem to pay you any mind as you pass by. She just kind of glances your way and
Yeah, Demir is not like as fancily, like she didn't put on any of the jewelry or anything. She literally just threw it on with like a towel over her head and like made her way upstairs immediately.
It's just
Alright.
very clear that it's something else to wear while her clothes are being cleaned.
Exactly.
all right.
Not flaunting my status. I'm in need of laundry.
So
I have 2 outfits.
hey, there is a guy that makes clothing here in the city if you're interested. That can be part of your shopping, but who knows? So does anyone else have anything they want to do before you guys take your long rest?
Nope, Tobias is he's passing out immediately after
I have a thing, but
his
I'm
bath is
chewing.
done and his clothes are clean.
All right.
Evan's gonna recover his diary from Lish.
Okay.
Get that back. Yeah, but that's probably it.
All right. Hawk.
Okay, there we go. After the clothes are clean, Hawk sort of just like bundles them up, gets his own stuff back on. And he goes around, gives everyone back their clothes now that they've been prestidigitated, oxy-cleaned. And he's gonna go down and ask if there's any private baths.
Who do you ask? Right now, the people
Drask.
that are there. Yeah, there's a Drask and the dwarf woman. Do you wait for a pause in the conversation, or do you just come up to them?
Yes.
Okay.
I do wait for a pause in the conversation.
So Drask looks at you and says, no, not in this part of the tavern.
Oh. What is there another part of the tavern that might?
Well, there's Mrs. Amber Dream's private baths. And the dwarf woman is kind of just looking at you.
That, to be quite honest, that name does concern me a little, but if it's a private bath, I mostly, Hawk struggles a bit with his words before saying, my appearance is a little ghastly, and I would prefer if I was able to take a bath in peace.
At this point at night, there isn't anyone else in the baths.
Does Drask say that, or is that just like intuition?
Intuition.
Okay. Come to think of it.
And like the dwarf woman whom you assume is the owner of the tavern is just kind of looking at you with her arms folded. And you get the impression that Idrask was kind of saying, like, you're kind of saying the private bath as a joke, because you were essentially saying, hey, can I use the tavern owner's private bathroom? So that
I mean, he wasn't intending that, but this is perfect because 8 charisma. On second thought, maybe now that no one's in the main bath area, I could. How much for a hot bath again?
gold
He's kind of like
piece.
pushing his fingers together at this point.
Gold piece.
Yes, right. He like very quickly takes out that gold piece and puts it on the counter. Sorry to interrupt.
And like, so Idrask is a human man. He's dark skinned and he's got like sleeve tattoos, and he looks kind of ripped and kind of intimidating in a way. But he like very quickly catches the gold piece when you throw it, and then passes it to Mrs. Ember Dream. who's standing there.
Oh
and,
no!
um,
Oh no!
and he shuffles on back to prepare the hot water. And Mrs. Emberdream kind of just looks you up and down, says, "You've got guts, I'll give you that." She starts to head back upstairs.
What? He's just like the picture of nervousness this entire time. Had no idea what he was stepping into. Oh my god. This is perfect.
So with that awkwardness aside, eventually the hot water is ready. And yeah, there's no one in there at this time of night.
All right.
You're able to wash off.
All right. Because Hawk does actually take off all of his clothing. Like the entire brass frame is exposed. And he wants to make sure that no one sees it. So the moment he gets in the bath, he like slides completely in and submerges himself.
Okay.
And then of course later he like dries off and puts his clothes back on and then like heads back up to quote unquote sleep.
All right. So, anyone else?
No, I'm passing the book out.
All right.
We're all fucking
Yeah, I think I have
wiped.
anything else I need to do.
Levy stays up to read one of the novels she stole from the dead student's home before she eventually falls asleep too. Next morning comes without any issue. Any plans for the morning?
I assume that we're probably just gonna go straight to the
Yeah, we need to
town guard.
Yeah, we need to
Yeah.
let them know what's going on and what happened so that they
Yeah.
can let
Stop
Esmeralda go out.
persecuting her. Yeah.
Object 1. Object 2 is, of course, to solve the murder and claim the money. That might be reversed depending on your view, but that's how Hawk sees it.
And Tobias also wants to get started on heading towards Oafsea.
Yes.
Or Offsea.
I'll see.
All right.
Yep. So
Offsea or Oafsea?
Offsea.
Offsea.
Well, it's inevitable that we have to deal with the town guards.
So
as it is.
none of you actually asked where the guard tower is.
We probably should do that, yes.
Yeah,
Hawk's not gonna ask the innkeeper after last night.
Once we're all like getting downstairs, Demir is going to go over to whoever is working the morning shift.
It is actually Mrs. Emberdream again. She is there kind of helping get things running in the morning. She's making coffee for some of the patrons that are there.
Looking a lot less ostentatious now that I am in my adventuring gear again.
Mhm.
Just going to excuse me, where is the where can I find the captain of the guard at this time?
She kind of like glances at you and she's like, that's a weird request for some weirdo that's passing through town. But she doesn't say that. Her expression is very much giving that impression. But she looks at you and says, guard tower's off in the night quarter.
I'm very unfamiliar with the city. A little bit more guidance.
She and then kind of because she's a busy woman. She's running around making coffee and breakfast for people. But she gives you directions to what she says is the main square of the night quarter. It's not too far from the embassy in the tunnel, actually.
Shukran. I'm going to put a gold piece on the table.
She immediately brightens and very swiftly puts it in her pocket.
Then I'm going to turn around to the group and just kind of let's go. Yalla.
So
Let's go.
if you'd like to, you can roll a history check.
Sure, why not?
Should I have Tobias roll one as well, since I know he did a history check prior?
That's a natural 20.
All right.
Wow, never mind. Demir's got this in the bag.
So
Adjust to 25.
you have in the past done studies about the shall we say underdark relations with the surface world, and you have read about how there is a free Underdark embassy within the city you're currently in. Free Underdark, of course, taking a more elvish rights perspective rather than the Drow who live in Lolth's Reach. You actually even recall Archivist Varhasa saying that she and her brother had fled from Lolth's Reach. So in this quarter of Yuvyla, it's nicknamed the Night Quarter because of the high population of Drow that live there. So the Drow of the Free Underdark would typically go to the Night Quarter, kind of serving as a center of commerce in a way. There are some surfacer shops there too, but it's a place where certain Drow items can be acquired. There's also a heavily guarded building called the Tunnel that Mrs. Emberdream had mentioned, which leads to the tunnels that go towards the Free Underdark. So if people want to visit the Underdark, or people from the Free Underdark want to visit the surface, that would be the temple, or the route they would take via the tunnels. And thinking about it, it logically makes sense that the guard tower would be near there, just in case some of the Drow from Lolth's Reach would come up and attack, just in case. Because once again, in your studies, you know that the Drow of Lolth's Reach have a very traditional perspective on the place of Drow and their place in society, especially those that do not conform. Yeah. And it's not uncommon for not necessarily for the Drow of Lolth's Reach to attack surfacers unless they walked into their territory, but to try to kidnap or kill or turn Free Underdark Drow into Driders.
Yeah, okay.
It's heavy political turmoil.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I can imagine.
That's what you get with a natural 20.
Yep. Fun.
History.
No. I remember reading about that in class and staying awake for weeks anytime I saw a spider. So, I'm going to lead the group to the guard tower.
Okay. So as you enter the night quarter, you pass by a couple of shops. As you know, it's a center of commerce. There is a what seems to be a tailor shop with the name So It Must Be, SEW.
I love that.
It's a little kind of a squat building, but there are mannequins up front wearing kind of nice little gowns. You also see a building, 2 stories this time, called the Prepared Pioneer, which is near a heavily guarded building, which you kind of assume must be the entrance to the tunnel. You also see Ardreal's Exotics, which has a little the sign itself is the words are in gold and kind of loopy, but then below it, in kind of contrast to that, there seems to be a little cartoon of a smiling Drow man giving a thumbs up.
I love it.
And then there is another shop that is much shabbier than those around it. It's noticeable. In fact, upon closer inspection, it looks more temporary, with the wooden sign saying the name of the shop, the Cavern Soul, clearly having been hand carved. And then, also not too far away from the tunnel, there is a very fancy looking building, which is, it seems to have sort of its own, I'm not sure if cloud is the right way to describe it, but there is an enchantment surrounding this building to make it look like it's nighttime around this building.
Oh, damn. That's cool.
There is out front, there's a wooded garden illuminated by lamps of ruby and emerald colors. And it's rather beautiful. The building itself is kind of somewhat Gothic in design and has very few windows. And what windows are visible, they seem to have blackout curtains on them. And lastly, you see what looks essentially like a regular tower. It is made of stone. Excuse me. And there are places in it from which, should people choose, arrows can be shot through. And it is facing the tunnel, the building to the tunnel, at least.
I'm just going to make a beeline for the guard tower.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I have a task.
I think most of us come along with.
Yeah.
So, the guard tower is the last one mentioned with the arrow holes. And you head in, and sitting up front, there is a man filling out paperwork. He's a human man with a short and kind of stocky build. As such, you might get the impression that he may have dwarven blood somewhere in his ancestry. He's got a quill in his hand, and he's writing. doing some paperwork. And there are a couple of doors behind him.
I'm trying to remember, did the advertisement that we saw for the reward mention any, like, speak to Dave about it, or was it just, like, collect your reward at the...
Give me one moment. I wrote some of this stuff down.
Oh, thank you. I wrote down a bunch of
Thank
stuff,
you.
but not that.
Yeah. I just need to
If you
make
can't find it, let
sure.
me know.
I have it all sorted out based upon what sessions and stuff, so I'm just making sure I don't scroll past it. Yeah. Any info on Artemis will get a 5,000 gold if brought to the Knight's Barracks in the Night Corner. So no specific name listed, just bring information to the Knight's Corner. But we have more than information. We have bones.
Said report to the senior captain. In the
What's
guard
he
tower within the night.
Report to
night
senior
corner.
captain.
Oh, now we know. We should probably
Demir
find...
is going to go up to the guy at the desk and is like, I would like to speak to the senior captain here.
He looks up at you and sets his quill aside and kind of steeples his hands and leans back. How can I help you?
He's the senior captain, okay.
I believe I have, I am the bearer of good news. I have information and an end to your troubles with the killer that's been plaguing your city.
In what way?
Show her
Well-
the bones, boys.
Well, I believe that your killer was a demon called a Bahthrek. And I am going to pull out the journal, and then I am going to pull out the bag of bones. And we have disposed of it for you.
He kind of leans back and looks at you kind of skeptically. Then he holds out a hand for whichever one you want to hand him.
I'd start with the journal, personally.
Yeah, I'm going to hand him the journal, but I'm putting the bag of bones on the table.
Do you avoid the thing he was writing on when you're putting the bag down? Or do you just dump a bag of bones all over his wall?
Please avoid. Please avoid making a mess of his desk.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to avoid putting it down. I had to roll for it, and I'm like, you know, Demir is smart enough that she's not going to just dump it on his desk. Like, I want to just dump it on his desk, but Demir does not.
We are smart enough to not invoke the ire of the guards in a city that we are spending time in.
Barely.
Almost.
Avery says fuck the police, but
So this guy, whose name you do not know, takes the journal and starts to flip through it. Meanwhile, he gestures to one of the guards that's kind of stationed by the back doors of the room. He glances in the bag, hands he hands the bag of bones to the guard and says, take this to Direhard Gunnarsson. And the guard nods, takes the bag of bones, and starts to and leaves the building. Meanwhile, the senior captain is flipping through the journal. Do any of you do anything?
Demir's just going to like kind of give him the basic rundown, like there were these students that had been kicked out of the magic school that were living in the burn district. They got enchanted by a harp that convinced them to try and summon a demon, but the circle was incomplete. You can go look in the burned house if you want to see it, although there are still flaming skulls down there, so be careful. And the demon has been unleashed. All of the bodies were killed in the same way. We hunted it down into the sewers, and that's where you get the bag of bones.
So for the purposes of this, I'm going to have you make a persuasion check with advantage.
Ooh, good thing I am good at that. Do I trust these dice? Gonna roll them. Okay. That is a where did my calculator go? That is a 23.
He's absorbing this information and kind of half reading the book and half taking notes while you're speaking. He takes extra care when you mention the flaming skulls, and he says, my men searched that house when those kids disappeared. Where exactly is this extra room? We found no such thing.
There was a trap door under the carpet in the loft. It's covered in blue dandelions. It's hard to miss.
He makes note of that as well. And it looks like he's about to say something else when he pauses and kind of tilts his head to the side as if he's listening to something. Let's see. Let's have... can we have Levy make a Arcana check? And B, actually. I'll roll for B, though.
Sure, let me roll for
He does not know what's happening.
Well, let me roll for Levy when I can get roll 20 to show me Levy's character sheet. Oh, I don't know if that's enough. That's a 9.
Levy isn't quite sure what's happening, but the guard captain stops listening to whatever he's hearing, and then nods and says, Direhard Gunnarsson is able to confirm that the bones are demonic in nature. He was also able to confirm that this creature seems to have been the source of our troubles. If you'll follow me, at this point he stands up, and he's not that tall of a man, but you can tell he's pretty fucking muscly under his armor. He could probably kill you if he wanted to. But he beckons you guys off to a side room. Do you follow?
Yeah.
Hawk follows Demir pretty closely.
Yeah, Tobias will be watching peripheries.
Aaron is entirely unconcerned. He's like, I was told to go into this room. I'm going to go into this room.
Okay. So this room seems to be the senior captain's office, for lack of a better description. He heads behind yet another desk and pulls out a small wooden box, which he kind of places on the desk with a and he says, "Thank you for your service to the city. This should prove sufficient award."
How much gold is it?
Open the box and find out.
I'm gonna peek inside the box.
Okay. It's a lot of gold.
Whoo! I already like it.
Do you take just the gold, like one piece at a time, a la Caleb, or do you take the entire box?
I mean, like, I want to count it out one by one, but I don't think Demir would.
The senior captain
Um.
is still standing there, kind of watching you.
We should probably just thank the man and go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to take the box and just of course happy to help.
And he leads you back to the main area, and he immediately starts kind of giving orders to the other guards that are there, essentially telling them to spread the word that the arsonist butcher is dead.
Yeah.
We did it!
Hell yeah.
Ah,
Well, time to get out of here. Let's go.
Achievement unlocked.
Yeah.
All
Our
right.
money, get out.
So that is a
Ooh,
total
wait.
of 5,000 gold pieces.
Okay. Let's divide that by
Damn!
7. Reminder. 5,000 divided by 7.
I will take care of that.
Okay, it's 714
Okay,
per. So
5,000.
714 times 7. 4998. That leaves 2 gold reserve. If we are fine with that. 714 gold though. Damn.
Right?
Yeah, let's do that. So
2 in the
everyone
reserve.
gets
714 everyone.
Yep. Party fund. Jesus. All right.
You rich now, boys.
You guys caught a serial killer that had been murdering a whole bunch of people. Of course, they're going to reward you for that.
First
and
things
the-
first. Hawk guilt
the
to skeleton.
bastard part of me, wants to negotiate for more, but we're
You've
not going to
already
do
It's
that.
5,000 freaking
You've
gold.
already
in
left.
there.
You can
Yep.
go back in if you want to.
Yep. Nope. Like I said, the bastard part of me wants to do that, but I won't. All right. So
So
once the money has been divided, Zamir is going to like kind of look up at the group like, well, we said that we would meet. When did we say that we were meeting Esmeralda again?
Good question.
You guys.
We will
had
be meeting her
made-
at the temple after we clean up and report. That's what I wrote down on this thing. So it wasn't a
Right.
specific time, but we're meeting at the temple.
We might want to find a place to sit for a bit and sort out the magic items that we have gotten.
Agreed.
Yeah, now that we can figure out what
And
exactly
now
is
that
up
we
with
can
them.
actually afford magic items of our own, perhaps that would be a wise use of our newfound money.
I imagine Esmeralda wants to just get out of town as soon as she can, so
Yeah.
As do I, yes, but
Not hold her up.
let's do some shopping.
All right. So where are you headed?
Right. So just as a refresher, there was the shady, like the literally shady looking tower near the tunnel, as in there's shade around it, not.
Yes.
And there's a hand carved sign place that looks temporary.
Mhm. So there was the pretty building, the pretty gothic one with the knight enchantment over it. There was the temporary one called the Cavern Soul. There was my Google Doc freaking out while I try to scroll. There was Ardrile's Exotics, the Prepared Pioneer, and So It Must Be. Or there's
Well,
the
I
tunnel
know-
if you want
Which
to
one?
go
So
down
it's
the
which
Underdark.
one is so it must be? Is that the tailor?
little tailor shop.
Okay, so it must be the
SEW,
tailor shop.
it must be.
Okay.
I know Lish probably wants to go
excellent.
into the tailor shop. Demir is going to pull B aside and like get the magic items that we have identified first.
Okay.
Oh, Hawk's got a couple that he's holding on to that he's also gonna want
So-
identified.
Identify as a spell, as a ritual. It takes 1 minute. 1 minute to cast. Where do you guys do this?
Should probably find a
there,
spot
like-
where nobody's really looking around so that we can
Yeah.
Is
not
there
risk
like a
someone
little
running
alleyway
over
or
and
like a little
yoinking the
cafe
thing.
or something like that?
There doesn't seem to be a cafe, but the garden in front of the fancy building seems to be open to the public.
Excellent. We could probably find a shady little nook in there somewhere under a tree. or
Yeah, I'd
something.
assume.
Okay. So you head into there, and it's quite beautiful. You're noticing that many of the plants are actually bioluminescent.
You're really just gonna hit us with that? Wow.
Dang. All right.
So you guys are able to find a nice little sitting spot. Aaron, you find yourself reminded of the much smaller garden in front of the temple, on which you
Nice.
sat on the bench. But this one has clearly been lovingly attended to for perhaps hundreds of years.
Aw.
It's
Fancy garden indeed.
it's just beautiful. So you guys start using B as a
Well, we're just gonna use. I think we're just gonna do it on the glitter
Rippy.
eye first, and then we can have B do some stuff and the glitter eye.
glint eye.
Glint
Glint
eye.
eye, close
Glint.
enough.
I believe I have the glint eye, so
One moment. This is gonna be a very stupid question on my part. But we hit level 6, right?
Yes.
Cool. I knew I was fucking forgetting something. Okay, go.
Okay. So you guys are able to do the glint eye first. Let's see. The glint eye's command word is let's see. I wrote it down somewhere. Penumbral.
all right.
I will put in the chat.
Excellent. I have made a note.
All right. And once again, it is what you expected it to be. It is a glint eye. If you say penumbral once a day, if you hold it up to your eye, you can tell in an object's approximate value in gold pieces, whether or not it possesses a magical aura, although not what kind, whether or not the object was stolen within the last 10 days.
Okay, so we can't really use it to replace identify, but it'll be handy if you want to sell something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are
Still
you
useful.
having B identify next?
I know I want to have her identify the pocket watch and the drugs.
Okay. Which one are you doing
Um,
first?
Let's do pocket watch.
Okay.
If you're gonna do drugs first, I would have said something like, "Oh, I'm glad to see we have our priorities in order."
Let's see. So this I will actually send to you silently.
Hmm.
All right.
Just a moment here. I will have it be known that I did make a couple of modifications to this. It can only be used twice.
Okay. Ooh. All right.
Because it makes sense to me
Yep.
for it to only be twice. So you got that. She does the drugs next. Do you want a moment to look at the watch a bit more, or do you want to look? Are you ready for me to describe the drugs?
I've copied it into my notes, so go ahead with the drugs.
Okay. So these drugs, she only needs to identify one of them because they're all clearly the same kind. But this is called Dream Mist. It's let's see, how best to describe it. One of the best ways to take Dream Mist is by boiling it and then inhaling the vapors. And when you do so, you are immediately presented with exotic visions of incredible beauty. And they will enthrall the person inhaling the mist. And it makes it hard to move and to think, but you will be presented with visions of such astonishing loveliness and beauty that this drug can be dangerous because it will make your everyday life feel maybe drab or boring or in comparison.
Okay. Cool. That's good to know. And that's all I wanted to get identified.
Hawk still has the jester hat from Tasha's caravan. No one's put it on yet.
Okay.
And he'd like to know what it does.
So that is a hat of disguise.
A hat of what?
B wasn't saying that because you can't talk.
I know.
I'm
But she was
telling
probably like writing it down.
Yeah.
So he's probably like reading, going like what?
So basically, if you attune to it, you can disguise yourself however you wish for an hour.
Hawk just like stands there for a second and looks down at the hat for a moment, like tucks it back away, and then pulls out the dust that we got.
And where did this dust come from?
I think it came from the basement of the college kids. Like you described it as a sandy dust.
So this is dust of disappearance.
Let me change the names on these. Hang on. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not it.
So, if it's basically if you use an action to throw the dust into the air, you and each person standing within 10 feet of you will become invisible for 2d4 minutes.
That is very handy.
Yeah.
All right. That's all the magic items he's got.
Anyone else?
Move these up. There we go.
Don't think I have anything. I don't think Aaron's been particularly greedy about grabbing stuff.
I think Lish had a couple of things.
You should probably check. We should get everything we can.
Yeah. So I have this stuff down. So he had taken the rod, I believe, that was in the chest. That isn't a movable rod.
I will add that to his inventory.
And I think Lish also took the bead that was hidden in the boot of the suit of armor.
Mm-hmm.
That is a bead of force.
Awesome.
Oh, that's a very interesting name. I have no idea what that is, actually.
Basically, you throw it and it explodes on impact.
Oh, I see. So it is like that
That's
friggin' necklace from Pathfinder. Okay, cool.
Uh,
What I'm talking about is in Pathfinder there's this item that looks like a pearl necklace, but each pearl is basically a fireball in stasis.
yeah. Well, for the bead of force, you can take it, and if you yeet it, the creatures within a 10-foot radius of it have to make a dexterity saving throw, take force damage, and then a sphere of transparent force then encloses the area for a minute.
Oh, dang.
And any creature that failed its save was completely trapped inside of the sphere.
That's
That's
actually
fun.
really handy. Yeah,
That's really fun. I like that.
super fun.
And here's a fun fact. The sphere can be picked up, and its magic means that it only weighs 1 pound, regardless of how many people are inside of it.
We could just like throw it at a group of bandits, and lift them up, and throw them off a cliff or some shit.
Yeah.
That's great.
Only breathable air can pass through the sphere wall. No attack or
That is
other
also
effects.
handy. Just super monkey ball it up for safety.
Oh my god.
Anything
All
else
right.
anyone wants identified?
Do we have anything else to identify, guys? Any weird magic items you guys have listed in your inventories? I know we found a couple.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Levy has anything. Checking her
Since we're
inventory.
just
She has a bunch of
identify section.
books, but those are books.
Since we're doing
Those
like
are
this
books, yeah.
session of identify, people who aren't here could probably chime in later if they've got anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I hear
Let's
a
go
voice.
shopping.
All
Oh my
right.
All right.
Where you going shopping, fellows?
I want to check out the cool shop we're currently loitering in their garden for.
Okay.
And I think Lish also wants to go there.
So the fancy building you're in the garden of. Okay. So you start to approach the doors, and there are a couple of Drow guards on either side of the doors. They're wearing very fancy looking kind of silvery armor with helmets over their heads, and they are just watching you guys approach.
I'm just going in. I'm not minding the guards.
Okay.
What's the building called?
This is the Free Underdark Embassy.
Oh! Oh! I thought this was a shop!
Do you enter the embassy? Or try to?
I feel like Demir goes up to the door and then like stops and realizes this is not a shop, and then just kind of like does the like casual back up, like, oh, I was just looking at the beautiful tree you got there.
Roll persuasion check or deception check for the cards.
Okay, hold on. That is a, oh god. Deception check. That is a 25. That 20 charisma, guys.
One of the guards is clearly not buying it, but the other one is like, All right, man. Whatever. You can look at the tree if you want, I guess.
Then I'm going to turn back to the group and just like, well, we should go on shopping.
Sounds like a good plan.
Is anyone else going to break into the embassy?
I'm staying out of this one, Chief. I'm more interested in perusing the shops now they can actually afford shit.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with Prepared Pioneer.
Prepared Pioneer.
I'm
Okay,
actually gonna stick with Toby.
let's see.
Yeah.
So,
Archer
let's-
buddies,
Yeah.
archer
You're
buddies.
there too.
so
Wilderness buddies, wilderness buddies.
Prepared Pioneer. It's the
buddies,
business set up near the tunnel. As you enter, there's all sorts of various things on the walls. They look like there's stuff for if you're preparing to head underground to the Underdark. It is owned by a human man, however. He is speaking to a half Drow woman with kind of purpley skin and dark hair tied back in like a very neat braid. She is just chatting with him, and they both kind of look up as you guys enter. And the human man says, welcome, friends. Are you preparing for a journey down into the tunnels?
Not necessarily, though we are going to be going on a somewhat long journey.
Journeying in general.
Very well. We have all sorts of supplies for those who choose to adventure. We have healers kits, mess kits, miners picks, ladders, bullseye lantern, hooded lantern, signal whistle, oil, and like he just starts kind of prattling off and pointing to things on the walls. And the half Drow lady, who looks like she's used to this, kind of just leans against the counter and like like she's
I
used
love
to
this
this.
man.
Okay.
All right.
Are there any like magic items visible, or at least like I guess anything useful to archers? Like whether it be, I don't know. All I know about magic items is I know there exists a magic quiver.
Are you asking him, or are you?
I guess it'd be Tobias looking around, so I assume probably rolling a God, what is it? Investigation? Because it's
It
like
would
looking.
be perception.
Perception. Off the mark again. So close. Get it next time. I will get it next time.
Yes, you will.
Oof, that's an 8. There's just a
You-
lot of stuff in here.
There's a lot of stuff in here. Most of it seems to be various supplies for people planning on making a trek down into the Underdark. You don't see anything specifically archery related.
Okay. Shit, what else? Oh, do they have any potions?
Are you asking him, or are you just looking?
Fuck. You know what? Fuck it. Tobias will ask the shop attender, what would you suggest as good equipment for people who are going to be traveling in the woods?
Or traveling in the woods, did you say?
Yeah.
Well, my friend, most of my supplies are for going underground. However, I might have something you could be interested in. And he reaches under his counter and puts a lantern in front of you. Now,
Oh,
I do
sure.
not have many magical items, but this here is a lantern of revealing. It's good for if you're fighting things that might not be so visible, if you catch my drift.
Oh, yeah. How much is it?
For you, my friend, I would say probably about... How about 500 gold?
Tobias is gonna look. Who are the people that came with him? Only Aaron and Hawk.
Yeah, Aaron and Hawk went in there.
Yeah, I think so.
Demir and Minky Lish are probably in there, just kind of.
Oh, I thought you guys were breaking into an embassy.
No. We turned around. I turned around. I don't know if Lish wants to go fuck with them, but Demir at least backed out and kind of. She's just hanging out in the back of the shop. I don't think that there's anything in here that really is what she's looking for. So
Straight up, I had plans for if you decided to go into the embassy if you were interested.
Tobias is
Like,
gonna
Drow
turn.
ambassadors.
Tobias is gonna turn and look at Demir and beckon her over, and show her the lantern, and explain. Say, he said that it'll reveal things that are hard to see. If we're going into the deep woods, and if it's potentially dark out, we might potentially benefit from having one of these on us. What do you think?
I agree. How much is it?
That's the thing I was gonna. It's 500 gold, so I wanted to ask what your thoughts were on the price. He's like kind of muttering that last part to her. He's like, I just kind of wanted to ask for your thoughts on the price.
The half drow woman, by the way, seems to have lost all interest in the goings on here once you guys said you weren't going into the Underdark.
Unfortunate for her.
Would it be like an appraise? Is there like a way to like appraise it to see like he's like totally upselling us on this item, right? Like
Roll
we're a
insight
bunch of
check.
Okay. Ooh, that's cocked. Can I re-roll it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's a 14.
Better than 10.
As far as you can tell, the price seems pretty reasonable.
Do you have any alchemist fire?
Well, I don't really have alchemist fire per se, but I could direct you towards Trail's exotics. He might have some.
Okay. Well, I was really hoping to get. How about 450 for the lantern?
Full persuasion check.
Are we haggling now?
Please roll well. That's a 19 persuasion.
That's pretty good.
Kind of leans back and strokes his chin. Deal.
Deep.
Shukran.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you kindly, sir.
Okay, so whoever's paying for it,
Toby will, since
So you can subtract 450 gold from your inventory, and you can add a lantern of revealing.
You guys could halvesies it too if you wanted, but that's up to you guys.
how much gold was split between us with the
We all got 740,
714.
714, I believe. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Okay.
714. But I meant halvesies as in like, since it's 450, you pay 225, Demir pays 225 or something like that.
No, I know. I just
Okay.
couldn't remember what
Yeah.
the amount of when all the
Right.
gold was.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. I should probably take away a gold from the bath, actually. I forgot to do that. There we go.
You trying to get a free bath, Hawk?
No, I
could
just
you?
forgot. I at least it was honest and was like, oh right, I forgot. I should dock that. It's just a gold, please, Avery.
I know, now that we have so many of them. Speaking of which, while those two have been being, financially responsible, Aaron has just been running around grabbing things off of the shelves.
Oh my god.
What kind of stuff are you grabbing?
Definitely going to be grabbing another few torches.
Okay.
And the ladder sounded enticing. I think he said there was a healing kit. And that sounds enticing too. Maybe if there are any traps. Just outdoorsy stuff.
Okay. So let's see. How many torches are you grabbing? 10?
Yeah, I guess so.
God,
So-
Aaron, we can't bring you anywhere.
Okay. That's a gold for the 10 torches. What was next? The healing kit?
Yes.
Let's see. You're not being helpful, internet. Hang on. So the healer's kit costs 5 gold pieces. And it's basically a medieval first aid kit. There's bandages, salves, and splints in there, and it has 10 uses. And you can use the kit to stabilize a creature that has 0 hit points without making a medicine check.
Awesome. That sounds nice.
What else were you getting?
Ladder.
Okay, let's see. So a ladder that's about 10 feet long is 1 silver piece.
Okay, gonna have to wake up a gold for that. All right.
And while you're here, he's trying to talk you into getting a climber's kit too.
Ooh. Aaron's
Now this
Aaron's
one
a fucking
here,
rock.
it would be very helpful. You said you're going in the woods, correct? Mostly,
Yeah.
of course, it's used for climbing on rocks, potentially. But I
Mhm.
don't see why it can't be used for trees either, my friend. What do you say?
Aaron's a total fucking rube. Oh, yeah, I could definitely see that. I could see that coming in handy. And
So
yeah,
that-
Aaron's gonna buy that.
Tobias is gonna step
that
in and be
one-
like, Aaron, we're not gonna be climbing trees.
We've been to weirder places. I mean,
Aaron,
you never
I assure
know.
I assure you, Aaron, we will not be climbing trees.
You never know. Things can be dangerous if you're trying to outrun a bear, for example. Or perhaps
Aaron,
even
don't
We
a
don't
listen
have
to
to
his
worry about
lies.
bears.
mountain lion. So Aaron, do you buy the kit?
While this is going on, by the way, I just want to mention that Hawk's just sort of zoned out looking at all the things. They're not pulling an Aaron and pulling stuff off the shelf as he sees it, but perusing.
All right.
I think Aaron's probably gonna be like, I guess we are pretty good in general. Just put it back.
Well, remember me next time, just in case. Also, my friend here, if you do decide to go to the Underdark, she is an excellent navigator, and he gestures towards the half-drow.
Keep it in mind. Keep it in mind. Thank you. Do you happen to have any traps, like animal traps?
Well, now that you mention it, I might have something. And he pulls out a couple of bear traps.
I would like to remind Aaron, out of character, did he forget that Tobias has like 4 bear traps on him?
No.
The human man's talking still, and he's like, this would be excellent for if you're trying to capture animals in the wild. It's very simple. He's just kind of talking and trying to make the sale.
Tobias just is like looking at Aaron with just like exasperated expression, and he's like, Aaron, I have 3 of those.
I know, but
I'm not telling you how to spend your money. But I just want to let you know, I do have like 3 of those in my bag.
I know, but
just
I want to be able to do my own hunting if I that.
Fair enough. I mean, you could always just borrow mine, but it is what it is. And Tobias just like idly like walks away, pretending nonchalant and stuff, just like whatever, man.
Yeah, everyone's gonna buy like 4 fucking bear traps.
Okay. So the bear traps are 5 gold each. So that's 20 gold for the 4 of them.
Okay.
You know what the funny thing is? Hawk also has a single bear trap. We have 8 bear traps. If a bear ever decides to come near our camp, it is fucked.
Right. Okay. I think Aaron might be done with his shopping spree. Mostly because I personally don't want to have to spend any more of his money.
Okay.
Neighbor, you're just killing it with the gifts in the main chat. Oh my god.
Anyone else getting anything?
I'm good here. I want to go clothes shopping.
All right. So the human man kind of waves at you guys on your way out, and he says, "Thank you very much for your patronage, and remember the prepared pioneer in case you need anything more."
Of course, thank you.
So were you guys headed to So It Must Be?
Hawk's gonna split off to the exotics, but you guys can do the tailoring first.
Okay, let's do tailoring.
Not gonna lie, Toby also wanted to go to the exotics. He's curious.
I mean, if he wants to go to the tailoring thing, you guys can head over after.
I think we're going to hit up every shop here. I just want to do it all. Shopping.
Yeah. I'm just splitting up because Hawk personally is not interested in tailoring for obvious reasons.
All right. So, you head into So It Must Be, and as you push the door open, a little bell above it kind of jingles cheerfully as you walk in.
Nice touch.
There are several different kinds of fashionable clothes on display. And as you walk in, towards the right side of the shop, you see a blue dragonborn. He is wearing kind of nice white robes. And he's got a little pair of glasses on his on his nose, and he is kind of looking at a half-finished garment on a fitting mannequin.
If nobody else is going to, I'm gonna drag everybody that needs new clothes to go get it.
All right.
If that
Especially
includes Hawk,
Tobias.
good luck.
Oh
Tobias
no.
especially.
Oh my god.
And
It's
the
shopping time.
blue dragonborn kind of jumps when you guys get close, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you enter."
I love him already. Oh, that's a doorbell.
So lucky.
Demir just kind of points
I'll be
to
right
the bell that's still a little like ringing a bit, like.
Well,
Sorry
you know,
for
So
how,
it's like,
you know how it is
Demir.
when you're focused on your work. But how can I help you today?
I kind of push like Levy and Tobias and people forward, like, these fellows need new clothes. Please.
Well, I would be glad to help you. My name is Daedalus, by the way. And he kind of sticks his clawed hand out for you guys to shake if you want.
Tobias will shake his hand because he's a gentleman.
So what sort of clothes are you looking for here? Are you looking for something custom or something more fashionable?
Always fashionable.
Okay.
Somebody's got to stop Lish. It's going to be real impractical.
Yeah.
Tobias.
Demir is letting this happen. She is looking at the clothing that is already made and like looking for like a nice robe or something.
Well, it really depends on what you're looking for. I have artisans' outfits, should you be working towards something. I have even created cleric specimens. I have cold weather outfits if you're headed towards the north. I have courtiers' outfits, entertainers' outfits if you are heading up to Royas. I have monks' clothes, nobles' clothes. I have something a little cheaper if you're interested, more of a simple tunic variety. If you wish,
Can I go over to like a rack of stuff that looks like, pretty nice, decently nice, and just kind of start like flipping through it and like tossing things that I think look like they'd fit or look good on like people just like into their arms.
Okay. So are you looking specifically at like nobles' clothes?
I guess that's what his eye would be drawn to.
Okay. So the clothes you start looking at are clearly designed specifically to be expensive and to show it. Like some of them have precious metals and gems kind of worked into the clothing, and some of them are.
Lish.
It's clearly obvious that to wear this, you would definitely fit in with a noble crowd, so long as they didn't notice that you don't have a signet ring or jewelry.
Yeah,
But-
no, he's gonna be looking at those. He should be looking at adventurers' clothes, but that's what he's looking at.
For those of you who are interested, I also have scholars' outfits or just simple traveling outfits. You folks look like you head around a bit.
Indeed we do, yes. If anything, I suppose, do you have anything that would be good for a hunter?
Daedalus starts directing you towards the travelers' outfits. There are some with boots, wool breeches, like a sturdy belt, shirt with vests or jackets, an ample cloaks with hoods. This stuff is clearly designed to be more sturdy and durable than the stuff that Lish is looking at.
Oh, come on now. At least go and try these on before you go and revert back to your leathers.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm someone who's more practical.
Try them on. Kind of like push you towards like a fitting room.
If you don't give in, we'll never hear the end of it. Just try them on. You don't have to buy them.
And Daedalus approaches you too, Lish, and it's like, now you're clearly a man of culture. Do you think you'd be interested in a custom design?
Unfortunately, I too probably need something more suited for the road. Ugh.
Well, if you find yourself going into any royal palaces or anywhere where the nobles tend to go, may I direct you towards, and he starts directing you to an even fancier clothes section. And these clothes here are very ostentatious with like gems and gold and silk and fur.
I don't know if he's like as drawn to like such like super gaudy stuff. Like his stuff is like nice, but it's like a more subdued sort of like gaudy, you know? It's wealth, but it's not I'm gonna get guillotined wealth.
Yeah, that already happened, but you know.
But yeah, he'll go take a look at it and then he'll go kind of wander around.
All right. Daedalus is very enthusiastic and happy to help you guys. Whereas the human guy in the last shop, he seemed pretty focused on making a sale. This dragonborn guy is like, he seems more genuine. He's really into the clothes he makes, and he's like, oh my god, I bet you guys would look great in this one. He's that kind of vibe.
He's an artiste.
Yeah, you know, he makes all of his own clothes here, and he's happy to share them with people. I mean,
Tobias will probably get a lot of help from
pay, but you know.
Yeah, Tobias is definitely probably going to get a lot of help from him because of the fact that since he's so tall for a human, it's like a lot of clothing. He's like, oh, do you have something that's like a bit longer here, or like getting some stuff adjusted and fitted? This is cool though. This is the opportunity.
I'm glad to help. I, of course, know the challenges that come with different body types, and he kind of gestures at his tail. So I'm glad to make any swift adjustments you need. Something custom made would take a little bit more time, of course, but like most of the clothes you're looking at, it's pretty easy to adjust them if necessary.
Heck yeah. Well, right off the bat, I can say Tobias is gonna probably get a set of just casual clothes to wear, either like
a peasant's outfit or something else.
Yeah, peasant's outfit, just for when like his current clothing is like either damaged or dirtied and stuff, he can swap to it, repair the stuff, and then, you know, put the stuff back on. So it's basically a change of clothes. So I will add that. And like, how much is usually common clothes?
So peasant's clothes are 1 silver piece, but just for the reminder of the options available, there's artisan's outfit, cleric's vestments, cold weather outfit, courtier's outfit, entertainer's outfit, explorer's outfit, monk outfit, noble outfit, peasant outfit, royal outfit, scholar's outfit, and traveler's outfit.
I guess travelers then.
Okay, that one would be 1 gold piece. That's the kind he directed you to before, that's a little more durable.
Cool. Works for me. And then this isn't where we would get armor or anything. Yeah.
This is a
No.
clothing shop.
Cool. Just wanted to make sure.
Unfortunately, Daedalus isn't working Kevlar, so
But nothing's more
I guess-
fashionable than a good defense.
every paladin ever.
Lickety clank,
Yeah,
here
then
comes the tank.
Oh
I
my
don't need to
God.
look good if my enemies crash against my body.
Good lord.
Is this does this shop have any clothes of mending? Any kind of really nicer quality ones?
Well, as I said, there's the noble's outfit, which you can get. The royal outfit, which is like the super gaudy one he pointed you towards earlier. But the noble's clothes are nice. Or are you asking if he's able to mend clothing?
No, it's a specific item that like Lish has. It's the clothes of mending, enchanted type of clothes. They're basically enchanted to not get dirty or torn or anything.
He does not seem to have that. This guy makes clothes. He doesn't really deal in magic.
Lish isn't really seeing anything for himself, but
Demir is going to pick up like a like a wrap or a robe or something
Okay.
like that.
So there are the different kinds of robes. There's like the cleric robes, which don't really have any associated symbol on them, but it's clear. Daedalus, when you start looking at them, offers to embroider something specific on if you want to go that route. Otherwise, they're sort of monk robes.
I'm looking more just like kind of like a honestly like a wrap dress really is what I'm looking for, which would probably be like nothing like very fancy, but I just want something to wear when my clothes are dirty and I don't want to have to.
I mean, if you don't want to go the full peasant route, I would probably say that would count as a monk's outfit.
All right, that's fine.
And that's 5 gold pieces.
Okay, cool. Is there anything more kind of like what would be from like Demir's home country?
There are a few outfits, yes. Are you looking for more like what kind are you looking for? Are you looking for more hijabi style, or are you looking for saris?
I'm looking for like anything that's like my home.
Okay. There are a few pieces throughout the store that are very clearly inspired by your home country.
I'm going to pick up one of those at least. Actually, I'm going to kind of like wave Levy over and show her because she was so interested. I'm going to like kind of like, here, look at this one. I think it would go really nice with your eyes.
So the one you pick up, what section are you looking at?
Wherever the ones that look like my home country. I assume that they're probably a nicer, like a finer gown sense.
All right. So the one that you pick up is very flowy. The neckline is sort of U-shaped and it's gold and has kind of filigree. And then hanging from two places on there. There's the rest of the dress that just flows down outwards, and it's white and flowy and looks like it would be gorgeous when walking, get you that kind of billowing effect.
Mhm. And I'm going to insist that Levy try it on, and then and I'm going to find myself something kind of more in the yeah, I'm going to find myself something similar. Like I'm not going full starry, but I want something that like I can convert to be a little bit more subtle, but also like basically like I know what I'm looking for and I will find it. But
the thing that you find is clearly a custom design by Daedalus. It's very pretty. It's kind of got a loose kind of cowl collar so that you could put it up and pin it to be a hijab if you wanted. But it's very nice and flowy.
Yeah, I'm going to get that for myself.
Okay.
And then yeah, how much would that be?
5 gold pieces, and then for Levy, she can have the nice dress for another 5 gold pieces. Because these are custom designs.
Yep, nope, that makes sense. Do you buy dresses and
You are selling the dress.
Well, sometimes if I find a particular piece that interests me, I might buy it for inspiration or to recycle the fabric.
No. No.
Demir is going to pull out the pattern dancer jewelry and just like, would you be interested in these perhaps?
He kind of strokes his horned chin. He's like, my, these are very interesting. They look like, do you mind if I inspect them?
Go for it.
Kind of takes them over to the counter, and he pulls out one of those like jeweler inspector glasses, and he looks close at them, and he's like, these seem to be Maharabian in make and style. I could take these off of your hand. I might be able to do something with them.
For?
How about 30 gold pieces?
That sounds like a fair deal.
And he bustles about, starting to try and put the jewelry away.
All right. So I will take that out of my inventory, and I am going to pay for the dress for Levy and for myself. So
Cool.
So he sold it for 30 minus. All right. Yeah, that's all the shopping I'm going to do.
Anyone else?
Yeah.
To humor Lish. Go ahead.
When Tobin picked up traveler clothes, I think Aaron's gonna go over there too and grab just normal traveler's clothes.
All right. Regular traveler's clothes, it'd be 1 gold piece.
Gotcha. And when Demir finishes talking to the guy, he's gonna go up to him and be like, Do you have anything that that someone could swim in?
Oh, I might be able to help out with that. Just a moment. Are you looking for something that covers the whole body or just the bottom?
Whole body. Yeah.
He leaves and kind of returns with. They seem to be. It doesn't look very fancy per se, but the fabric itself is kind of stretchy, and it looks cheap, but it'll get the job done.
Alright.
Not
Yeah, that
fancy.
looks great. Thank you.
That would be silver piece.
Alright. Oh, give him
Not
one
fancy.
of
How
those.
dare you? I'll settle for nothing less than swimming in Noble's clothes.
Okay, that's 75 gold pieces.
I'm kidding. I'm not actually in the store after all.
Can I get like a ball gown, but like that's a swimsuit?
Well, that would be custom, I suppose. It could be done.
I don't think that was a serious question, but
I know.
okay.
All right. Yep, and that's what Aaron wanted to get from here.
All right, Tobias.
Since I assume like Lish is pushing for everyone to like try on various things and whatnot, to humor Lish a bit, in terms like I guess for a noble outfit and stuff, it's just basically like nicer looking clothing, like something you would wear if you're going to like a fancy place to attend like a ball or something like that. Is it that kind of style of clothing?
Like a fantasy suit.
Are you looking at the noble's clothes?
I'm just look at
So
the degree of like visual style for between
yeah,
like what the noble.
There are some things that could be worn to formal events among the rack of nobles' clothing.
Okay, then Tobias will find one that tries on and likes, and we'll pick up one of those as well.
Is it one of the ones that Lish picked out?
Maybe not.
Yeah, I feel like Tobias would go for something more subtle. Like I know Lish has like a subtle kind of
Lish has an eye for these
ability
things. He
of,
might find you something you really like.
You know what? Screw it. Yeah. Tobias will trust Lish. It'll be an outfit that Lish picked out.
All right. So the noble's outfit is 75 gold pieces.
Okay.
You will for sure try and make Levy and Aaron try something on too.
This is like not Aaron's main Lish nightmare, but one of Aaron's Lish nightmares.
Oh God, he's gonna make me look nice.
Oh, you absolutely know that when Tobias comes out of the fitting room for his like twirl, that you have to do whenever you're trying on an outfit in the store.
It's a requirement.
Demir has eyes for him.
Tobias, the wilderness hobo man, walking into the dressing room and walking out looking like fucking Henry V.
Hell yeah. Hobo no more.
Good.
Love him.
I'll get to design
Tag
new clothes
homo-
for Tobias
homo no
soon.
more.
Hooray!
All right. Anyone else getting anything from So It Must Be?
Not if Lish is not making me buy anything.
I'm not making you buy anything, but I want you to try it on. Do you try it on?
I will try the thing on.
Yes! I bet Levy would try hers on too. Peer pressure.
Yeah, Levy is definitely trying on the dress that Demir picked out. She's kind of like swishing it about, enjoying the feel of it.
Hell yeah. That's all
Oh
I
my
wanted.
gosh, a kitty.
Levy deserves nice dresses.
Absolutely.
All right. Anyone else doing anything in here? Or you move into the next shop.
I think I might move on at least.
Next stop, let's go.
All right. So
Ready to move on. Although I might need to head out to do some errands.
all right.
Ooh. All right.
So you've been to So It Must Be and the Prepared Pioneer. So the next ones, there's Draw's Exotics and the Cavern Salt.
Oh fuck, the exotic shop. Oh,
Exotics.
Okay.
okay, fuck it. I'll stick around for the exotics.
So you walk in, and this shop is run by a Drow man, and he has a counter of a few magic items on display, but for the most part, the shop itself is sparse, probably to discourage people from snatching things and running, because the area itself is rather small. But these magic items are rather unusual. They seem to be of a different culture in make and style than the magic items you're used to, perhaps.
Hawk has been here for a while, by the way. He went straight here instead to the tailor shop because he doesn't want to be fitted for clothes because of what people could see. So he's been like perusing for a bit. Are there like...
Since you've been perusing for a bit, the Drow at the counter has introduced himself as our Drow.
Our draw, okay.
And some of that's the name of the shop, our Draw's Exotics.
Mhm.
And some of the objects he has on display, there is a circlet of some sort, hi, my cat's doing things, sorry.
Mohinder, not right now.
He has some sort of little insignia thing. There's an odd sort of mask, a ring with a purple gem in it, a potion bottle where the liquid inside is just pitch black. There's some sort of rod, and then there is a folded cloak.
I'm not gonna lie, Hawk's a little interested in the mask.
Okay.
He probably
So-
like begs for attention. He's like, "Excuse me, could you tell me a little more about this, please?"
This is a bloom mask. And looking at it, the mask itself is black and it seems to kind of absorb the light around it. He picks it up and kind of shows it to you and invites you to touch it. And if you do, it's cool to the touch. This mask will allow you to see in the dark if you do not have the ability to do so. This magical mask, the way you can see through it, it allows you to see through all kinds of darkness, even those created by magic. It also allows you to cast certain spells through it.
Are any of the others in the shop at this point? I would assume so.
I mean, they've been shopping for a little while, so you probably have
Yeah, I
a
think
bit
so.
of time.
Do you mind if I try it on really quickly?
Roll persuasion check.
Sure. But I'm gonna fail, but Oh, yep. Okay. Roll time. Just confirming that I do have a penalty to this kind of roll. Oh geez. Yeah, no, that's a 4. That's not happening.
My apologies, but I would prefer if you did not try it on without a confirmation that you are going to buy.
Right. Of course. Do you happen to have any bows?
What sort of bow are you looking for?
Long bow.
Let me see.
I imagine he's like checking a store
Yeah.
registry while this is happening.
Yeah. He kind of pulls book out from on the counter and looks through and says, I do have a longbow. It is not enchanted, though.
Okay.
It was, in fact, traded to me. That is why I have it in the first place.
All right. Thank you for telling me. I was just curious. Oh, one more thing, actually. I know this is a magic shop, but I am looking for some materials.
What sort of materials?
Hawk like sort of like looks up a little and like counts on his fingers, and he's like, I think it was. Sorry, it's a little hazy. I think I need charcoal. There's a kind of incense, I believe, and maybe some herbs.
I do have charcoal, yes. That would be a silver piece. I do have some rare incenses from the Underdark. That would run you about 10 gold pieces. In herbs, did you say? How about 2 silver pieces? And he kind of looks you up and down and is like, you do not particularly strike me as a spellcaster, but I do have other spell components if you're looking for some.
I am new to the this concept, so I think I'll confer with some of my more practiced associates, and I'll get back to you.
Alima, so at this point, probably you guys would have wrapped up since he since you said you were going to be browsing for a bit. So the rest of you head into the shop, or are you guys just vibing?
Tobias will head into the shop.
Yeah, I think that's where we're going.
Welcome. I suppose that you are some of the other people that your friends mentioned, and kind of gestures at Hawk.
He's
Hawk like looks towards the entrance and waves at everyone.
This is a drow man with long, straight white hair, with one braid on the side and purple eyes.
Tobias would like to inquire about the folded cloak.
You have a good eye. This here is a piwafli. It is. Have you heard of a cloak of elven kind?
I have not, no.
Well, cloak of elven kind. It makes it difficult to see you. This is a variety of this cloak. It is created from dark spider silk, made by the Drow, of course. And when you wear the hood up, uh, it it is as if you disappear into the shadows. The cloak itself, the color will shift to camouflage you.
That's incredible. I assume it's also very expensive.
It would run you about 2,500 gold pieces.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense.
something to look forward to in the future then.
If you're interested in some of the other items I have here, I have this one here, and he holds up the bottle that look with the inky kind of blackness swirling inside of it. If you swallow this, it will fill an area with magical darkness, which would grant concealment in a way. For a short time, of course, but it is potentially good if you need to make a quick escape.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. And how much is that one running for?
That would be about 200 gold pieces.
Okay. I'm gonna think about that one.
Valuable.
It's definitely good to know.
Is there anything else that any of you would be interested in? If you need perhaps something that can help retrieve items, lift objects, we have an insignia here. That would allow you to cast a spell, Unseen Serpent, a couple times a day.
How much is that?
That would be 310 gold pieces.
I think Eowyn's gonna buy that.
If you ever
Okay.
wanted an invisible helper,
Right?
there you go.
I'm just thinking, like, back when lost his battle axe, like that situation itself, it wouldn't helpful in, but like just in general, it would be nice to be able to retrieve something if he lost it again.
So the insignia itself, it's a smooth metal object, kind of ovular in shape, and it's interesting because it looks like it used to have the imprint of a spider on it that has been sort of altered to create the sign of the free Underdark.
Oh, that's cool. All right, yeah. I'll note that down.
What are peeps doing?
Fame was just standing around. Like, is Toby doing anything currently? Is he still just looking around?
No, I think I'm essentially gonna have Tobias be done for the exotic shop.
because those are the couple things that I was interested in. Although I'm kind of curious about what the ring does.
This is well, how best to describe it? I have to find the description. Thank you for your patience. I know you gotta run out soon. Just so you know, it's expensive though.
I see. Say no more.
But
What does it?
but I'm trying to find it. Okay. So this is a ring of Drow blood. It allows you to cast certain spells that would ordinarily be inherent if you were a Drow, such as dancing lights, darkness, fairy fire. And that would run you about 2,400 gold pieces.
Cool. Tobias is done shopping.
Tobias,
Hello.
Hawk points to the like completely shadowed up mask, like, and asks, "How do you think that would look?" And, like, faces him with the owl mask on, of course.
And what does the mask look again? The shadow one?
It's called a gloom mask. It's 1,500 gold pieces, and
Good price.
it allows you to have dark vision for 30 feet, including magical darkness.
And what appearance does it take?
It looks like you know the that artist that created the blackest black paint that sort of seems like
Oh, so it's
devoid
literally
of...
just like it looks like there's a hole in reality.
Yeah, it looks like that.
Tobias is gonna look at Hawk and goes, not gonna lie, that would look both a mixture of incredible and also terrifying.
This kind of Hawk just still has like a pensive. And he lets out like a pensive, "Oh," and he looks back up at it, and he's like, "Thank you for the opinion."
You may be able to fuck with so many people with that. He's like muttering this to Hawk. He's like, you may be able to fuck with so many people with that, but it's also super expensive.
Yes, I see.
And with that, Toby's just going to give him a pat on the shoulder and let Hawk come to his own decision. And with that, I gotta peace out.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Bye.
Thank you.
Have
Bye.
a tolerable
Love all
time
of
doing
you.
errands and stuff.
Thank you for
coming.
being a wonderful DM.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for playing.
All right.
All right.
I'm actually going to
So-
ask about the rod. Never
this,
asked about the rod.
This is a tentacle rod.
A what?
Tentacle rod. It is well, it is rather interesting. It can be used to and looking at it, the rod itself has sort of 3 rubbery tentacles on the end of it. And the shop owner says, when holding the rod, you could use it to potentially attack a creature that is relatively close to you. It will harm the creature and potentially slows them down.
All right.
Hawk like seeks out Levy at this point and asks, "Hey, there's something I've been wondering and something I'd like to find out about. Are there spells out there that let you summon small creatures?"
Are you having this conversation in the shop?
Yeah, he's not. He's like
Okay.
hushing it a little bit, but
And Levy kind of thinks and says, well, sometimes there are. I read about, well, familiars. I think the archivist had one. That was that moth. But otherwise, sometimes I've heard of wizards that can summon things from other planes, and clerics too sometimes.
all right. And then Hawk
Also, Lish had summoned the dire wolves and the owls before.
But like,
True.
while Hawk has seen that, he doesn't know what that is.
That's fair.
Yeah. This man is not experienced with magic. Be patient. So now he turns to B and he's like, B, the archivist contacted you before. Is there a way you could contact her?
B will coo and nod.
Right. There's this thing, and Levy said she heard of it. And apparently the archivist might know of it as well. Could you ask her how I could create a familiar?
B will cast sending to Archivist Varhasa and say, in your voice, since you just asked her, could you ask her how I could create a familiar? And she pauses and listens, and then repeats in Varhasa's voice. Good to hear from you. I have a few books on the subject if you're interested.
If Hawk had a face, it would brighten. And he nods and says, "All right, I guess we'll have to talk to her at some point." But, can you still send her a message?
B coos and nods again.
All right. Ask her. Okay. I remember there being materials. What are they?
B once again repeats it in your voice and casts the spell. And she responds again in Varhasa's voice.
So many words for Ashlyn.
I know. You will need 10 gold pieces worth of charcoal, incense, and herbs that can be consumed by a fire in a brass brazier.
All right. I'll have to thank her later then. Thank you, and thank you, B. All right. Okay, and with that, he approaches the counter and takes out 10 gold and says, "You had spell components, right? Or correct?"
I do have spelling components. Yes.
How much charcoal, incense, and herbs can I buy for 10 gold?
Well, as for the incense, I have some rare incense for 10 gold pieces. That would be best for casting the spells.
And how much was the rest?
charcoal box would run you about a silver piece, and then some herbs would be for 2 silver pieces.
Hawk like stands there for a bit and then eventually takes out 3 extra silver pieces and says, "I'll take it."
Do you have a brass brazier too? Because that I could not help but your conversation with the bird person over there. But a brass brazier would run you about 5 gold pieces.
An entire brazier.
An
Aren't those a little
easy one
large?
to carry around for spells such as the one you're hoping to cast.
Can I see the brazier first?
He pulls out a little brass brazier. It's pretty simple, about the size of a bowl.
Hawk like looks at it for a little bit, and then he pulls out the extra 5 gold and says, "It's a deal." That puts me at
Excellent. And
38.
was there anything that the rest of you wanted? Or needed?
I'm good.
I think I found I need. Gil?
Of course. And may I say welcome to the city. You've got the kind of look about you guys that's new and green. So as you head out of the shop, that's where we'll call session.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Well, that was fun.
One
All
more
right.
shop to go.
Shopping.
Woo!
Shopping!
And I've already spent like
Actually
half
bought
my money.
something this time. Yeah.
We love a shopping
yes.
episode.
And just as a reminder, that was the shop that you're directed to for Alchemist Fire, but you did not ask. So
Oops.
Oh, right.
Oh, we'll go back. Well, we can go back.
not my
Um,
problem.
No thoughts, head empty.
I will
anyway.
make a note.
Thanks for playing today,
Yes.
guys.
Keep DMing. It's fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, even though our members slowly dwindled.
That's okay.
It's fine.
We had
It's
we had a
shopping
we had a
episode.
short spike of members, if you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's true.
Probably.
I mean, I probably would have stopped if it were like an important session, but you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
It's
fair.
just shopping. This is something
It's
that
shopping.
people
You guys are
watching.
getting supplies.
This is something that viewers watching at home can respond to later.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, thanks for playing, guys.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm glad we were able to actually cooperate with the guards instead of raising a fuss.
Yeah.
That's the kind of the last thing we needed.
And, you know, I had stuff planned for if you guys waltzed into the embassy. I have a bunch of like ambassadors and assistants named and stuff.
Oh, don't worry. If there's going to be a break-in, it's probably going to happen in the night.
If there's going to be an international incident. All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks for playing, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you guys around next week.
Bye.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In one or another, hopefully.
Oh yeah, hopefully.
Bye.
Farewell.